appears to be an unprovoked attack, and so it's being treated with the utmost seriousness.
A woman killed in what police describe as an unprovoked attack.
Stabbed while loading her groceries. Tonight, the search for a masked suspect. Good evening. Police say the victim is a woman in her 70s. The suspect still at large.
The violence scene unfolding this morning in a North York shopping plaza. CTV Scott Lightfoot joins us live from Parkway Forest Drive in Shepherd with the latest. Scott.
Nathan, that scene has now been cleared by police. It happened in one of the parking spaces here behind me. You can see over my shoulder, just past that fence, there is a building. That's actually a fire station and an EMS station. Firefighters and paramedics literally just a few meters from this incident when it happened, but they could not save this woman.
It is a small crime scene contained between two Toyotas. On the yellow parking line between the minivan and the car, a pair of glasses. On either side of that line, and the sides of both vehicles, what appears to be blood. It was here, in the parking lot of a plaza near Don Mills and Shepherd, that a woman in her 70s was stabbed just after 9:30 this morning.
At this time, we believe she was simply unloading her groceries into her car when this occurred.
The woman was rushed to hospital, but died of her injuries. Toronto police say security video of the attack doesn't appear to show any confrontation before the woman was stabbed.
It appears to be an unprovoked attack at this time. The relationship between the victim and the suspect is unknown.
The early morning incident happened before most businesses in the plaza were open, but shoppers showing up today were in shock.
It's kind of scary because, I mean, people are just going about their day, and to think that someone can just come and kill you here, it's a bit scary.
It's a busy area, and it's a daytime too. It's not, it's scary.
Throughout the day, police could be seen attending various high-rises throughout the densely populated neighborhood.
We were tracking the suspect who fled, and we're continuously going building by building in different areas, trying to track down leads at this time.
Police say the suspect had an edged weapon, which may have been a knife, and wore a covering over his face.
The suspect is described as a male, black, possibly 5'7" to 5'10" in height. He's wearing all dark clothing and a balaclava. The suspect did flee the area on foot.
Despite the fact that the suspect has not been found and the incident appears to be unprovoked, police say they don't believe there is any threat to public safety.
It's a very serious incident. We don't believe it's an ongoing major threat, but we do believe it's serious enough for us to keep searching throughout the entire day, and we will continue right into the evening.
Earlier this afternoon, police told us they had isolated some images of the suspect from that surveillance video that they have. They told us they would be getting those images out as quickly as possible. We have yet to see those images. They are asking anyone who might have any information on the suspect or anyone who might have been in this area this morning, might have seen something and left the area, to contact either police or Crime Stoppers. Reporting live, I'm Scott Lightfoot. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. And that was not the only deadly violence in our city this morning. A man is dead, shot in the parking lot of a popular Toronto mall. But in this case, police believe it was not a random attack. CTV's Janice Golding is live outside Yorkdale Shopping Centre with the latest. Janice.
Hi, Michelle. Yes, a significant portion of the northeast parking lot here at Yorkdale Mall continues to be cordoned off as police investigate the shooting death of a man in his 20s. Video posted on social media shows flashing lights from a horde of emergency responders surrounding the main entrance of Yorkdale Mall early this morning.
Approximately 6:13 a.m., police responded to reports of gunfire in the parking lot area. Upon arrival, officers located a victim who had been shot.
First responders arriving to find a critically wounded man in his 20s shot in an attack police say was not random.
So bad. Sad.
Really bad.
We need more police on the roads, more constables. That's my belief.
You don't feel safe?
Not at all. Not at all.
A black tent could be seen today just outside the Indigo bookstore above the victim's blanket-covered body.
We understand that an incident like this, particularly in a public location like a mall, can be deeply unsettling. I want to assure the public that we're dedicating all necessary resources to this case. You're going to see an increased police presence in the area as our work continues over the course of the next days and weeks.
Police will not say how the man was shot, if he was inside or outside a vehicle at the time, nor will they say how many suspects they're looking for. Yorkdale, meanwhile, extended its condolences to the victim's family, a spokesperson also saying Yorkdale's enhanced security and surveillance systems operate 24/7 and allow us to respond quickly and assist emergency services as we did today.
I can't believe it. I don't know things happen like this.
While the mall was open today, those whose vehicles were parked in an area cordoned off by crime scene tape were unable to retrieve their cars.
I just want to go home. We finished 10 and we're just trapped here.
The search for suspects continues. Police are asking anyone who was in the area early this morning to check their dash cam video. They say it doesn't matter how inconsequential you think it might be, it might provide them with a crucial detail that could help them solve this case. Reporting live, I'm Janice Golding. Now back to Nathan.
Thank you, Janice. Also tonight, police raid a home in Hamilton and leave a stark message for the 17-year-old suspect as the hunt for the alleged killer of an innocent bystander intensifies.
We want to warn you some of the images in our next story are graphic. An 80-year-old woman is recovering tonight after she says she was attacked by a dog.
It happened near Dundas and Dufferin. And as CTV's John Musselman reports, police are investigating.
80-year-old Natalia Santos is home recovering after she was viciously bitten by a dog yesterday.
I said, "What's going on? Look at your dog who bites me."
It happened just steps from her apartment near Dundas and Dufferin. Santos is a regular walker. She was crossing the street when the unleashed dog lunged at her arm in the intersection.
The dog just suddenly attacked my mom's arm, grabbed it. She pulled away. I don't think she realized it was bleeding, but there were some bystanders in a vehicle who saw my mom continue to walk after the bite, and she was bleeding.
Santos says the dog was with a man and a woman. This is a photo obtained by CTV News, which shows the dog in question. The bystanders called 911. Santos was taken to a hospital and stitches were needed to close the wound. She was also given a tetanus shot, and she may need a preventative rabies shot. Santos and the people who helped her claim the dog owner just left the scene.
Dogs are unpredictable. You don't know when they're going to strike. We have dogs. I've had two myself. They can be very friendly, and most of them are. But I think dogs need to be, or dog owners need to be accountable for their dogs. And they need to stay, if something does happen, they need to stay on scene.
Toronto Police and Animal Control confirm this is an active investigation, and they are looking to locate the dog and the owner. Santos says she has never seen the dog before on her regular walks in the neighborhood.
To be careful and always put the leash on a dog, no matter if they are good or not. Because that lady told me, he's very good, he never did that, but he did it.
The family is just worried the same dog could lunge at a child, and that's why they're speaking out. John Musselman, CTV News.
A man suffered serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle this afternoon. It happened at Jane Street in Frith Road just before 3:30. The man was on an e-scooter. He was transported to hospital with serious, potentially life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle remained on scene.
Hamilton police raided a home this morning as they continue to search for a 17-year-old wanted in connection with the shooting death of an innocent bystander. Police confirmed they searched a home on Mary Street overnight. Officers could be seen in tactical gear as they carried out the operation. No arrests were made, and police say they're still looking for Mikhail Lavoie. Police obtained permission to identify Lavoie, even though he's under 18. Investigators say that he met 3 people in downtown Hamilton last Friday, whom they say appear to have been the intended targets. He then allegedly opened fire, striking one of them. Police say an innocent bystander, 26-year-old Belinda Sarkoti, was killed in the shooting. Police are urging Lavoie to get a lawyer and turn himself in.
Still ahead on CTV News, on track for yet another delay. The Eglinton Crosstown LRT might not open in September as suggested. That story coming up.
But first, time now for Check on the Forecast. Here's a live look at the city. The air is clear, still a hot one, but there is a bit of a cool down on the way, which might be good news for many coping with the heat. Lindsay Morrison is here with a look at the current conditions. Lindsay.
Yeah, Nathan, we've been monitoring the winds of change quite literally. It's been a windy day out there today, and you are already feeling the effects of it if you are joining us from Owen Sound. The lakes in Muskoka, a little cooler right now at 17 degrees. And look at the beach in Goderich, 17 at this hour. It's 22 at Pearson Airport. You might actually find it a little bit warmer by the water right now. Still muggy. It feels close to 30, but overall, this is a big difference. Though there's those gusty winds. They're coming out of the northwest now, gusting upwards of 50 kilometers per hour in some areas. We had some showers, thunderstorms in eastern Ontario today. Went off without too much of a bang here in the GTA, but look at our forecast overnight low, 14 degrees. It's going to be a fresh feel tomorrow morning. We'll take you through the forecast coming up. For now, Michelle, over to you.
Well, some bad news tonight for people awaiting a long overdue transit project. The TTC's former interim CEO is skeptical about the Eglinton Crosstown LRT opening by September. Greg Percy told the TTC board this morning the Eglinton Crosstown will not be opened until it satisfies both safety and customer experience. A month ago, Metrolink CEO Michael Lindsay said a September opening date was possible, but only if all testing went to plan.
It's still Metrolink's decision. There's a number of us that are deeply involved in this and to push it over the line, working intimately, closely with Metrolink. So we're looking at still this fall to get something happening.
But not September.
I think September's a reach.
It's a reach?
Yeah, but this fall is plausible and certainly by year end.
Metrolink's transferred movement of the Eglinton Crosstown vehicles to the TTC last month. Construction on the $13 billion Beleaguer line began in 2011 and was originally due to be completed by 2020.
Delays and disruptions are often unwelcome realities of relying on public transit.
But the TTC is working to better communicate with riders when issues arise. CTV's Allison Hurst reports.
We are currently experiencing minor delays.
The PA system on the TTC is being audited as part of the Transit Commission's efforts to reduce delays and improve communications during one.
Sometimes I can hear, sometimes not, but sometimes I have to ask for clarification.
Updates have been done to the speaker systems at stations, but some transit riders say it can still be a challenge to hear what's being said on the trains.
It's about 50-50 whether you can hear it or not. It really depends on which car you're in.
The sound is blurry. I cannot make it. Even in the train, sometimes, it stops and it says something, but I don't know what it says.
Generally, it's a muffled garble of sound. And I know that we check the website and the app for updates, but when you don't get the information, you're just out of luck.
According to the report, early results indicate more than 90% clarity with remaining issues, example, low volume, signal dropouts, muffled audio, identified and assigned for correction.
For far too long, through the PA system, any of us who tried to listen to it knew that it sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher trying to provide some info.
One of the things we're working on is making sure that when we're making announcements in the train over the PA systems, you can actually hear the announcements. And we have the goal of making sure the announcements happen roughly once every 3 to 5 minutes.
The TTC also reports delays through their platform video screens, news agencies, and on social media.
Usually I just Google it and see if it's on a news feed.
And they're working to ensure riders can also access that across the system.
Making sure that, when you're in the subway, you actually have service so that you can actually receive notifications on your phone if we're sending them through your phone.
Our work isn't done. We're going to continue focusing on not only mitigating, but trying to avoid delays. But when a delay does occur, we want you to know what to do, where to go, and how to make sure that you get to school and work on time.
The audit will continue over the coming months. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
Meantime, the city's executive committee has approved a scaled-down plan for dedicated bus lanes on Bathurst and Dufferin. It would see the priority lanes installed south of Bloor only. The initial proposal included lanes north of Bloor to Eglinton on Bathurst and to Wilson Ave on Dufferin. It is part of the city's Rapid TO network and is set to be complete ahead of the FIFA World Cup next year. This revised plan will now go to City Council for final approval. To a new proposal now to cut red tape at City Hall.
2 weeks ago, CTV News brought you the story of an East End restaurant struggling to renew a patio permit before the summer season runs out. Now the local councillor is taking action. CTV's Natalie Johnson has the story.
At this brunch bistro in the Beaches,
Staff are relieved that 3 months into the warm weather season, they can finally seat the patio.
I'm just happy beyond words that we have the permit, but also frustrated at the same time having to go through this for like 6-7 months.
A note to Tamish ran her TRA sidewalk cafe here all last summer, but this year her renewal application got caught up in red tape.
What would have seemed like a pretty straightforward rubber stamping kind of exercise resulted in delay and refusal.
Notice letters were mailed out to 47 neighbors living within 30 meters of the restaurant, and 2 filed objections, triggering an automatic refusal in a location that has been home to a patio for 45 years.
This is actually the oldest patio on the beaches.
Councillor Brad Bradford pitching an overhaul of what he calls another broken process at the local level.
This is actually about fixing what's not working at City Hall. This is actually about cutting red tape to make it easier for small business and entrepreneurs who are trying to realize a dream in this city.
Bradford is calling on council to change the rules so that an application for a sidewalk patio wouldn't be automatically refused unless 25% of neighbors object. That would mean that contentious applications would still be reviewed, but non-problematic patios wouldn't get caught up in costly delays.
It's a much more fair process to set the amount of objections at a percentage of those notified rather than just a flat 2.
To object to having a permit reissued is just, mind-boggling.
TRA's was finally granted its patio permit last week in an appeal, but not before losing more than half of the lucrative summer season.
When you think of patio season and you are missing out on the significant months to make that revenue, I think it's a huge hit for these businesses.
We need to be working with them, not against them.
Tamish agrees her bylaw battle cost her not only time, but money.
I'm expecting more from the city to be able to help the businesses like myself succeed, and this is definitely a step forward.
Looking to make the most of the warm weather that remains and hoping that next summer is smoother. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.
Toronto's latest shelter is now officially open to help out those in need. The St. Felix Centre is on Adelaide near Bathurst. The shelter had its official opening today and will be able to host 50 adults experiencing homelessness, with the goal of getting them a permanent place to live. The centre will also be able to help them access any health or social assistance they may need.
The reality is we are in a crisis. The street needs assessment shows that the number of people experiencing homelessness has skyrocketed in the last 3 years. And these essential services shouldn't really be political. There shouldn't be anything controversial about helping people get connected to services, get off the street, and find their way to independent living again.
The shelter replaces an old one on Augusta Avenue, which closed 2 years ago.
The Prime Minister met with First Nations leaders from across the country today at a summit focused on the major projects legislation.
Many Indigenous people are concerned it gives too much power to the government, and they might push through projects without proper consultation. CTV's Abigail Beeman has the details.
The conversations today are about hearing from you as participants.
And Prime Minister Mark Carney had much to listen to, hosting a First Nations major project summit with leaders who came from right across the country.
He's got to come up with some commitments, firm commitments.
Many are concerned about C5, the Building Canada Act legislation that allows Cabinet to quickly grant federal approvals.
What does that consultation look like? What is consent? And also rights of refusal if First Nations are not wanting to participate in major projects within their territories.
All the resources of Canada belongs to the First Nation people, and they never ask us for any input.
I don't think we've gotten to a place where you're going to see any agreement come out of this.
The Prime Minister was more optimistic, believing consensus is possible.
This is the first federal legislation to put Indigenous economic growth at its core.
Outside the closed-door summit, emotions ran high.
This is what we call our native land.
These protesters came from Northern Ontario, concerned about the Ring of Fire development.
You cannot just disrespect our land like that. And you cannot just take it for your own because of your stupid money.
These bills, they're overriding our laws.
They're not asking us our permission.
While, of course, not everyone is opposed to major projects if they're done properly.
As First Nations, we also need to start moving forward a little bit with projects like this, so that we can advance our people a little bit more.
This is the first meeting the Prime Minister holds with Indigenous leaders this summer. The next is with Inuit leaders. Meanwhile, the Grand Chief of the Assembly of First Nations is calling for another summit like this one next year. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Gatineau, Quebec.
Ottawa's massive boost in military spending won't be enough to stave off a recession this year. That is according to new analysis conducted by Oxford Economics, a global think tank. CTV national correspondent Judy Trin reports on the growing impact of the trade war.
From boosting the pay of soldiers to buying new equipment, the Canadian government will spend $9 billion more this fiscal year on the military, boosting the bottom line of companies like Hepburn Engineering that makes refueling equipment for Canada's Navy.
The defense area is going to be more robust for the next several years because that's where the demand's going to be, when we have a world that's a lot more dangerous.
With that spending, Canada will finally meet the 2% NATO target. But growth in the defense industry may not be enough to protect the country from recession.
Defense spending will help to offset some additional further negative impacts, but we do think the Canadian economy is already in a recession, and it will really take an early resolution of the trade war to get us out of that.
Oxford Economics projects that Canada will be in a trade war until the end of 2025, and that 140,000 jobs could be lost. The impacts are already being felt in steel, aluminum, and auto industries.
The direct hit from the trade war will soon begin to broaden to other sectors of the economy and lead to a much broader, more widespread downturn.
Meanwhile, Hepburn is expanding. It has 100 employees and is hiring more as it competes for new military contracts.
We expect this will continue, but we have to wait. The business has to come our way, and then we make sure we're big enough to be able to handle it. And so we've added a number of employees this year, and if things keep growing, we'll add more.
Economists are now focused on August 1st. That's the deadline for a new trade deal between Canada and the U.S. Earlier this week, Prime Minister Mark Carney said it's unlikely Canada will emerge from those negotiations without being hit with some form of tariff. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Well, last month, the Prime Minister said he and Donald Trump were working toward a trade deal by July 21st. Today, the White House was asked whether that can be done within the next 4 days.
Well, look, we'll see. The trade team continues to be very active in our conversations and discussions with Canada. The president himself has said, unfortunately, our neighbors to the north have been pretty difficult to deal with when it comes to matters on trade.
25 nations have received letters directly from the U.S. president, including Canada. The White House says those letters are the deals, but insists the administration is willing to have further talks with countries if warranted. Trump issued a new threat last week to impose 35% tariffs on Canadian imports as of August 1st.
Meanwhile, Saskatchewan's premier is calling on all of his counterparts across the country to join an interprovincial trade agreement.
The simplest and the most straightforward way to achieve free and fair trade across the nation of Canada is quite simply to expand the New West Partnership to all provinces and territories across our great nation. It allows for open procurement for all businesses, medium and small size businesses across Western Canada. As companies can freely bid and do commerce in other provinces.
The New West Partnership is intended to streamline the movement of goods and workers across Canada, in part by coordinating regulations and standards. It was first established in 2010, and the 4 Western provinces are already on board. Last month, Doug Ford signed a memorandum of understanding with Alberta and Saskatchewan that the 2 provinces said could open the door for Ontario to join the New West framework. Now, Scott Moe is looking for other provinces to buy in. Invitations have been sent to all premiers east of Manitoba.
Overseas now, there's new video of a volcano that began erupting in Iceland this week. It began around 4 a.m. on Wednesday following an intense seismic swarm on a peninsula southwest of the capital. About 100 people were evacuated from a nearby town, which has now been reopened to residents, but remains closed to the public. It has been repeatedly affected by volcanic activity since 2023, when a volcano in the area erupted after being dormant for about 800 years.
In the UK, the government is planning to lower the voting age from 18 to 16 before the next national election. The Labour Party made the pledge before it was elected last summer. Automatic voter registration will be introduced, and people will be allowed to use bank cards as a form of identification at polling stations. The government says changing the voting age is part of measures to increase democratic participation and help safeguard against foreign interference. Coming up, her 1960s recording Pretty Little Baby was uncovered, suddenly becoming a viral TikTok sensation. Now, songstress Connie Francis, thrust into a new era of fame, has died.
And I'm Pat Foran. Coming up on Consumer Alert, service animals assist people with disabilities and play an important role in their day-to-day life. But if you want to fly on a plane with a service dog, there is special documentation needed or you won't be allowed on the flight. I'll have that story. That's just ahead.
Well, dare I say, it might feel a little cool for you waking up tomorrow morning. Of course, it is all relative. It's mid-July and temperatures will be in the low teens. And then our high tomorrow, 24 degrees. That's a couple of degrees cooler than average as well. It's race weekend here in the city, the Honda Indy taking place. And while it will be a comfortable weekend, we also have a chance of a few showers. We will show you when with a detailed look at your weekend forecast. And stay with us. We've got another full night of great shows for you right here on CTV.
Service animals are trained to help people with disabilities and may assist someone who's visually impaired or with mental health issues.
Service dogs differ from emotional support animals as they require special training for specific tasks related to a disability. Here's Pat Foran with a Consumer Alert. Pat.
Thanks, Michelle and Nathan. Two viewers contacted us after they were told their service dogs were not allowed to go on flights with them. Both owners had completed online training courses and were shocked to find out they're not recognized by two Canadian airlines.
I need Simon.
Ian and Jeannie Holland of Bob Cajun were planning a dream trip to France. Ian has been with his service dog Simon for the past 7 years and says he helps him with several mental health issues he deals with on a daily basis.
He helps me function. He means everything to me. He helps me navigate the day.
To make sure Simon could go on their trip, the couple took online service dog training courses and got a note from their doctor saying Simon was required for a medical condition. But they were surprised when Air Canada said online certification wasn't good enough and Simon would have to stay home.
It's going to be difficult too because Ian hasn't been without Simon in the 7 years, not one day, not one night.
When we reached out to Air Canada, a spokesperson said, the customer used an online training company to certify a service dog. We do not recognize owner-trained dogs as properly certified.
He's been with me since day one.
Patrick Nguyen of Mississauga has undergone several serious operations and also has mental health issues. He has a trip planned for Vancouver this September and was going to take his service dog Noodle with him.
He does remind me to take my medications every day. He's everything to me. Like he's my baby. He's basically my son.
Nguyen also did online courses for service dog training, but Porter Airlines informed him it doesn't recognize the courses. A spokesperson told CTV News, a service dog is one that has been individually trained by an organization or person specializing in service dog training. Nguyen says the online training was good enough for other airlines, which allowed him to fly with Noodle as a service dog. He says without Noodle by his side, he'll cancel his trip.
I can't travel without my service dog. I cannot.
The Hollands decided to move forward with their trip to France without taking Simon, but had concerns about how it would go.
It just brings me to tears just to think that both of them will have to be without each other, and it breaks my heart.
And dogs may be able to travel with you on an airplane if they're small enough and you pay a fee, but every airline can have different rules and regulations, whether it's a service animal or the family pet. Do your research and check the fine print before booking tickets. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
Well, we're through with the rain and heading into a really nice Friday. And I think the notable factor here, aside from the sun, is the fact that it isn't so hot.
Yeah, that certainly makes a difference that we've got the cooler air and more coming.
Yeah, it's going to feel even cooler by the time we reach tomorrow. Maybe refreshing is the word, more comfortable. That's another way to put it. Some have been waiting for this. It's been quite a long haul of heat and humidity. And if you're already missing the summertime heat, don't worry, it's going to be back next week. Let's show you what it looked like earlier today. A little bit of an ominous looking shot there of our city skyline, captured by the CTV News chopper, of course. We had a few rounds of showers make their way in through parts of the GTA. Was certainly not a washout of a day, and not everyone was impacted. In fact, I think a few lawns and gardens probably wishing there was a bit more in the way of rain. As of yesterday, we had picked up just over 35 millimeters of rain at Pearson Airport. We're about halfway to our monthly average, and of course, we're just over halfway through the month. So we'll see what the rest of July brings. We're not completely clear on the satellite and radar. We've still got a little bit of cloud here and there. The thunderstorms today ended up being mainly in north and central Ontario, so not a big impact for us here locally. There goes the cold front behind it, cooler air, but also high pressure settling in for tomorrow. That is going to mean a beautiful sunny day for us. I want to talk about Saturday, though. We're now starting to see signs of an increase in cloud cover. I think the majority of your Saturday daytime will be dry, but just a heads up as we make our way into the late afternoon and early evening, there's the chance of a few showers and the risk of a thunderstorm. So plan accordingly when it comes to your Saturday evening barbecue, for example. Sunday, we might get some lingering showers in the morning, but the afternoon actually looks quite beautiful. So conditions clear out and warm up again a little bit on Sunday. We're at 22 degrees right now in Toronto, but it's 14 in North Bay. That's our forecast overnight low for tonight, which is also below seasonal. 17 is the average overnight low this time of year. We've spent many of the last, several nights with the temperature above 20 degrees. So this is going to feel like a change. Tomorrow, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the fresh air. 27 is our average daytime high at this time of year. You'll notice that just about everyone is a couple of degrees cooler than that. But again, nice change for many. 7-day forecast, let's talk about it. There's the weekend. Still a little cool or comfortable or refreshing into the day on Saturday. But Sunday, we start to heat up again to a high of 27, feeling like 30. If you're looking for the extreme heat and humidity once again, look at next Wednesday, Thursday. It is going to be feeling like 40 all over again. That's the weather for now. Michelle, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Lindsay. Also tonight, thriving after trauma. A Toronto hospital is putting the focus beyond survival, helping patients who have suffered serious injuries navigate often difficult pregnancies.
Sunnybrook Health is known as a leader when it comes to trauma care.
But what happens when a patient gets through their treatment and returns to regular things like working or starting a family? Our health reporter Pauline Chan has more on their unique accessible care pregnancy clinic.
Eloisa Valles is back at Sunnybrook, visiting the staff that helped her bring little Emily into this world last November. But she was afraid that would never happen.
Eloisa had only been in Canada for 1 year when she was struck by a car in 2020 and brought to the trauma unit here at Sunnybrook.
She had pelvic fractures, she had fractures in her legs, ligament problems, multiple surgeries afterwards, chronic pain, bladder concerns, traumatic brain injury. So it was a lot that happened.
So in total were 5 surgeries and 3 small procedures and a lot of physio, and so it was 4.5 years just dedicated to my recovery.
She said it was like a beautiful circle, that the hospital that she first came to with her devastating injuries also had a clinic for women with special pregnancy needs like herself.
That gave me hope. I mean, she assured me that I could have a baby and it could be as normal as I thought that it couldn't.
Dr. Ann Burndle had worked with people who had other disabilities in the past, and she saw a need for pregnancy preparation for them and for people who had suffered traumatic injuries.
We know that people who've been in a trauma are more likely to deliver prematurely. They're more likely to have chronic pain. They're more likely to have small babies. They're more likely to be re-hospitalized. So there are a lot of concerns that go along with someone who has been in a trauma. And it's important that that person feels like they're going in with all the information.
The Jennifer Torrey Trauma Clinic offers a year of support after a patient completes their acute care at Sunnybrook Trauma.
In 2021, we changed our focus to beyond surviving, but also ensuring that patients were thriving after discharge, which means trying to get patients back to their families, back to work.
There's surgical follow-ups. We have a spinal cord injury clinic, a chronic pain clinic. We've got an occupational therapist, a social worker, myself. We have physiotherapy.
Including support from the Accessible Care Pregnancy Clinic. For a medical team accustomed to seeing people in their worst situations, a chance to see happy endings like Emily are truly a special occasion. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
New data finds e-scooter injuries are on the rise across the country. This comes from the Canadian Institute for Health Information, which says hospitalizations related to e-scooters are up a staggering 61% for kids aged 5 to 17. The agency also says hospitalizations for adult women shot up by 60% and 22% for men. In most cases, the riders who end up in the ER were not wearing helmets. Back in June, Toronto's Sick Kids Hospital also warned about a dramatic increase in emergency department visits related to e-scooters.
A legendary American singer who ruled the charts in the 50s and 60s is being remembered tonight.
A lipstick on your collar said you were untrue.
Connie Francis was one of America's original pop stars and made history as the first woman to top Billboard's Hot 100 charts. Born in New Jersey, Francis got her first accordion when she was 3 and went on to sign a contract with MGM Records at 17. Francis went into seclusion following a sexual assault and depression, returning later to rebuild her career, recently becoming the soundtrack of a whole new generation on social media.
You can ask the flowers, I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the feeling.
The song Pretty Little Baby made a comeback, appearing in more than 1 million TikTok videos, including one by Francis lip-syncing to her own track.
I'm so in love with you.
When Ron Roberts from England called me and said, your song went viral, I said, what's that? I thought like there was a virus in the computer or something like that. And he said, no, it's important, Connie.
That interview with ABC News was one of her last. Connie Francis was 87.
A pop-up installation is celebrating what it means to live in Scarborough. CTV's Jessica Smith has more on the free exhibit, exploring themes like memory, identity, and community.
What does the idea of home mean to you?
Home doesn't define just a place or a place with 4 walls. It was beyond that.
Making home in Scarborough at the Scarborough Museum dives into that very question.
I think it's just a very wonderful opportunity for me to explore what my definition of home means, because usually you don't get to think about these kinds of things a lot.
We really wanted to center community voices and co-create and what heritage means for the past, present, and future.
The new installation has a diverse collection of items from over 20 contributing community members, many who immigrated to Canada and now call Scarborough home, all sharing their own ideas of home.
The piece I contributed are Indian earrings, and they are like a blend of my 2 worlds, which is my cultural heritage, which is India, and my Canadian roots.
I think it's important to share what everyone's meaning of home is, because Scarborough is such a diverse community with people from different backgrounds and different stories.
With the hope that visitors feel seen in the shared experience of making home in Scarborough.
People seeing it, they might relate to it, and we're like representation to us, which I think is really important even in such a diverse area like Scarborough.
Throughout its run at the museum, there will be a number of workshops and events by the installation's contributors.
The installation here at the Scarborough Museum is free to attend and will be here until January 2026. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
After the break, she's the highest paid player in the history of women's soccer, and she hails from Whitby. Details on Olivia Smith's record-breaking deal with Arsenal coming up.
It appears to be an unprovoked attack at this time. The relationship between the victim and the suspect is unknown.
Updating our top stories, police are searching for a suspect after a woman was fatally stabbed this morning. It happened in the parking lot of a plaza in North York. Investigators believe she was simply unloading her groceries when the attack occurred.
I said, "What's going on? Look at your dog, it bites me."
An 80-year-old woman is recovering after being bitten on the arm by an unleashed dog outside her apartment near Dundas and Dufferin yesterday. She needed stitches to close the wound. Police and animal control have begun an investigation and are trying to find the dog and owner.
Sometimes I can hear, sometimes not, but sometimes I have to ask for clarification.
The TTC says it's working to reduce delays and improve communications, and that effort includes auditing the PA system. Updates have been done, but some riders say it can still be difficult to hear what's being said. Officials say early results indicate more than 90% clarity, with other issues like signal dropouts and muffled audio being identified for correction.
Remember to keep up to date day and night at ctvnewstoronto.ca and by downloading the CTV News app.
On the markets, the Canadian dollar is down 1/3 of a cent to 72.74. Our fix on Western Canadian Select has it down 18 cents to $53.96 a barrel. And the TSX ending the day at 27,386, up just under 234 points.
The Business Report is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank, the bank built for business.
New estimates suggest there could be 30,000 more housing starts annually if interprovincial trade barriers were eliminated. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation says that would push the total number of new home construction close to 280,000 over time and represent a meaningful step towards fixing Canada's housing supply gap. But the CMHC insists in order to do that, constraints holding back west to east transportation infrastructure must be reduced. That would help maximize the use of domestic materials across the country. The Toronto Maple Leafs have made a trade acquiring Dakota Joshua from Vancouver. The 29-year-old forward had 7 goals and 7 assists in 57 games with the Canucks last season. It'll be a homecoming of sorts for the 6'3", 206-pounder. Joshua was chosen by Toronto in the 5th round of the 2014 NHL draft. Vancouver gets a 2028 4th-round draft pick in today's deal.
The Toronto Argonauts return to action tonight looking for a much-needed win.
Second and goal, Arbuckle. Taking it to Bro. Big guy. Touchdown.
The Boatmen are 1-4 on the season. This evening, they're in Montreal against an Alouettes team that has lost 2 in a row. Quarterback Nick Arbuckle will lead the Argos offense as Chad Kelly continues to recover from a knee injury.
Nice turn by Olivia Smith. She's still got it. Smith onto her left foot. Oh, it's a beauty!
Whitby's Olivia Smith is now the highest paid player in the history of women's soccer. She signed a 4-year deal with Arsenal today worth about $1.8 million in a transfer from Liverpool. The 20-year-old says she is thrilled to be joining her new club in London, the defending European champions.
I just felt like now is the right time, and it's always been my dream to play for a club like Arsenal as well, and they're doing so well.
The forward's fee tops the $1.6 million Chelsea paid in January for U.S. defender Naomi Girma. Smith scored 9 goals in 25 games last season. She is Canada's youngest international player. Racing fans are revving up for the annual Roar Along the Lakeshore. This is a bird's-eye view of Exhibition Place where some of the world's best drivers will ride in the Ontario Honda dealers Indy, Toronto this weekend.
And today we got a first look at the hardware they will be competing for. The Waterford Crystal Trophies were displayed at the William Ashley store on Bloor Street West. These are hand-blown in Waterford, Ireland. Whoever wins Sunday will lay claim to the first-place trophy that took an artisan 48 hours to make. It is etched by hand with a rendering of the Toronto skyline. Last year's winner was on hand today for the big reveal.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I think there are some trophies that when you win, you're like, really, this is what I'm getting? And there are very few that when you get them, you're super excited about, and just beautiful works of art. So it's definitely in that section.
The top 3 finishers of the race at Exhibition Place receive a trophy. The action begins tomorrow, and there is complimentary general admission on Friday with a voluntary contribution to Make-A-Wish Canada.
Nice, and hopefully driving conditions are good this weekend.
I mean, tomorrow looks fantastic. Lots of sunshine. In fact, we continue to clear out at this hour. The cloud cover slowly dissipating. We're cooling down at the same time, however. There's one more look at the satellite and radar. Your golfers' forecast for tomorrow looks like a fair day on the fairways. Lots of sunshine and comfortable, not as hot and muggy as it's been. There's your weekend forecast. Just prepare for the possibility of some late afternoon or evening showers on Saturday and maybe a couple of sprinkles of rain early on Sunday. But Sunday afternoon looks fabulous at this point. So does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Heat is going to build again, and watching for the risk of thunderstorms by Thursday. Michelle and Nathan.
Thanks, Lindsay. That's it for us, but be sure to join Omar Sachedina at 11 tonight for CTV National News, followed by Zoraida Allman with our next local newscast at 11:30.
In the meantime, our coverage continues anytime on CP24 and at ctvnewstoronto.ca.
For Lindsay Morrison and all of us here, thanks for watching and have a great night.